scientists at the Philippines-based International Rice Research Institute have identified a few rice varieties with antioxidant and anti-cancer properties. This could be a significant development, particularly in Asia, where colorectal cancer incidence is increasing in countries like India and China. But to understand what was the research all about, what are the key findings, and whether this could contribute to cancer prevention in a meaningful way, to discuss exactly this, we are now joined by Dr. Nese Sreenivasulu, Principal Scientist and Head Grain Quality and Nutrition at International Rice Research Institute, now joining us. Sir, thank you so much for taking your time out and joining us here on ET Now. So International Rice Research Institute has identified a few varieties of rice with antioxidant and anti-cancer properties. Can you elaborate this for us? What was the research all about and what led you to do such a research, and now what are the key takeaways?
In particular, we have taken this research to identify rice varieties which are really rich in antioxidant as well as anti-cancerous properties. This is very essential as of today to address triple burden nutritional challenges, where we are depending on antioxidant sources through diet. So rice being really the staple crop, it's generally rich in starch, but no other bioactive compounds. This is where we have really screened various gene bank accessions and identified superior rice accessions which are rich in antioxidant as well as anti-cancerous properties.
Okay, so those were some of the key takeaways of your research, but if you can tell us in a greater detail, can consumption of these rice varieties actually contribute to cancer prevention in a meaningful way?
Yes, indeed. When we really looked around these rice varieties, the antioxidant as well as anti-cancerous properties have really been extremely high, which is almost comparable to some of the chemotherapeutic drugs such as doxorubicin, which has really been used. And we have used in vitro cancer cell lines to screen whether when we subject the extracts made from these varieties would exhibit higher cytotoxicity assays. We have found extremely higher cytotoxicity assays, and it only affects the cancer cell lines such as colorectal cancer, but it doesn't really impact healthier cells. So that's really the beauty of really using this food as a medicine, where these anti-cancerous rich rices will be very useful.
You're saying some of these varieties of rice have anti-cancer and antioxidant properties, but if you can tell us, how do these varieties of rice compare to existing superfood like say blueberries or chia seeds in terms of antioxidant levels that they have?
So when we really looked at these superior accessions, what we have identified, the antioxidant activities are very much comparable to the superfoods. We have compared more than 30 different superfoods, and the antioxidant levels remain very high. The bioactives such as catechin, proanthocyanidins, vanillic acid, as well as anthocyanin conjugates, they remain extremely high, almost equivalent to the superfoods. So rice being really the staple crop, if we can really position the rice as part of a superfood, it's going to be beneficial to low and middle income community members.
Thank you so much for taking your time out and joining us here on ET Now. So these are some varieties of rice which have anti-cancer properties. But shifting focus to the latest developments coming in the rare earth mineral supply chain curve, China is now saying that it is ready to